Welcome, everybody. It's going to be a really exciting day today. We have Andreas here, and he's arranging flowers, and we're going to talk to him in a minute. I wanted to just say thank you to everybody who watched the show last week with Wayne. And hi, Wayne, I know you're watching. We had a wonderful, wonderful show, and we got to meet a lot of people around the world on that show, so I really appreciate the whole program. Andreas is with OMG Florist, and OMG is the main word. Oh my God, his work is just amazing. So I'd like to say hello to him while he's working in the back. Can we tune on him? There he is. Say hi.
Hi, how you guys doing?
So he is working on an arrangement that is going to have the colors of the lady that I have here. So her name is Olivia or Marion, depending on who's talking to her. Okay, so while he's working, I'm going to talk about flowers, for example. So, you know, they have major effects on people. And you know, when you get some flowers delivered to you, it just brightens up your day. And the effects of the arrangements and the reason and all that stuff is very emotional. And there's a study that shows that the colors that the florist will do for certain occasions, for example, you know, red for Valentine's Day, and maybe some green carnations for St. Patty's Day, or if you're doing a funeral, I think the main colors, from what I understand, is yellow and purple, and I think that brings the colors for warmth and love and going through like condolence times. And another thing, that the flowers smell so beautiful and it affects your senses. And there's just so many types of arrangements that Andreas does that will just blow you away. So we're going to show some in the next part of the show. But meanwhile, I want to just talk about the flowers that I have behind me, since we're flowers. They are mosaics, and what I did is I cut up a bunch of paintings that I think I've told you about, original designs that I had stored, and I knew that they weren't going to make a gallery, so I used them to create my new creations, which are mosaic tapestries. And this one, for example, behind me, you know, I have to tell you that I don't know any artist or anybody really that's never drawn a flower in that everybody has drawn flowers in their life, no matter for what reason. You don't know. It's just you're doodling, you do a flower. Flowers are just such a natural thing, and that's why I say no matter what kind of artist is out there, they have all done some kind of floral arrangement in some way. So it was very easy for me to come up with this concept, and my head is in front of the vase, and there's a little stand there. Let's see if we can see. There we go. And I love creating this, and I used the silver as the vase. And this one I think it was the second painting that I did that I completely covered from top to bottom. And a lot of times I'll paint around it, but this one's totally mosaics. And then this week, because I like to do something for the show, I had a piece of plexiglass, and so I made this painting here, and it's like doing one of my glass pieces, which there's a little reflection there. Let's see, there we go. And so I did the vase, and of course you're doing it backwards, like on glass, so everything is reversed. So, you know, you have to figure out what's going to go first. So if you wanted to put the little dots on the flowers, you got to make sure that you do that first, because everything that comes up is whatever you put in first. So of course, the stems and everything, you know, sort of hide behind, but you can see them in here a little bit. So that was my weekly initiative to, oops, I lost my pillow, to sort of create something for today. So we're going to go back and look and see what Andreas is doing right now. Andreas, there he is. So he's, you want to talk about anything while you're doing this?
So the whole concept behind this is I'm gonna make something that's gonna kind of look like you're painting. So obviously it's not gonna be the face, that will take a lot more work, but we're gonna use the colors to make something that when you look at it, it resembles the painting. So right now I'm just using pink hydrangeas, blue hydrangeas, roses. I'm gonna be using hypericums. I'm gonna be using orchids, cymbidium orchids, dendrobium orchids, and a couple different types of greens. And hopefully by the time I'm done, it's gonna look like you're painting.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to drape it down a little bit. Yeah, okay. I can't wait to see you finish this. While I have a minute, let's talk about the gallery in here, because we have so many different paintings and 3 different artists in here, and now that everybody's starting to get their COVID shots, we're hoping that we can invite a lot of people in here to see the studio and see the paintings on the walls, because the effect in here is just wonderful, and there's such creativity in here. We have what do you call these guys, Dawn? What do you call these guys? Robots. We have tons of robots, and we have amazing pencil drawings, and of course I have a lot of mosaics, and I also have a lot of very big paintings that we take down and put up. I really enjoy working from the studio, and this has just been a wonderful week as well. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to be on the show here with a good friend, Guy LaFerrera, and we had a wonderful show with him, and he's got a wonderful men's store in town. Next week, we have a real exciting week coming also. We are going to have John Douglas, and I'm going to show some pictures of his promo at the end of the show and remind you the date and the time. And let's see, we are getting closer to this wonderful arrangement. I can pop up a couple things, Andreas, if you want. I could put up one thing that, the first painting that we have on our screen. Can you pop that up, Vinny, for me? The one with the white flowers, because I wanted to talk about that one. Okay, maybe, oh, there it is. Okay, so when I was at the last gallery that I was showing in, I had a party, and I had a lot of people come to the show, and I asked Andreas to do something that resembled the painting that you see, and we also had, if you can see on the bottom, there's a lot of mugs, and the mugs have the same picture of the flowers. But the thing that stands out most are the 2 arrangements. So the little red arrangement was on all the different tables, and the big one, which is just glorious, had all the colors that fit into my theme. And I mean, that makes the whole presentation. I mean, if you have somebody that's as artistic as he is, you can do anything. So I thought that would be something that I'd like to show you, and then we will move into some other photos that we've worked together on, and we'll be back in a few minutes to talk about that and have a little commercial, and then Andreas should be almost close to where we need to be, and we'll discuss some of his photos and his work. So I will be right back, so don't go anywhere. See you in a few minutes.
Sigma on the beat.
welcome back. We are ready to watch. We're going to do a double camera, and I wanted to watch Andreas finish. And I just want to mention that it's OMG Florist Boutique, and he's in Boynton Beach. Flower Boutique, I'm sorry. Yes, I don't want to mess that one up. And we're going to show a couple of photographs of his work while he's continuing working. So, Vinny, if you could put up the next one. Okay, all right. This is one of my very favorites.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
love
we decided that we were going to do a show that would express the paintings into his flowers and his flowers into his paintings. So as you can see, which is a gorgeous picture of the man there, the art behind is so resembles what he had done that it just blew us all away. There's another picture. We have a couple more to show you. Are they moving them on back there? There we go. Okay, so that is two arrangements. As you can see, one is a tall one and one is stretched out, which is really, really beautiful. Okay, let's move to the next one. And that's a little closer, and because the paintings had a very theatrical feel to it, we put the theatrical face in there, which is really, really cool. Okay, and I think we have another one of this. Okay, so we're back to that one. But boy, is this work gorgeous, guys. Everybody is looking at the work that he's doing back there, and maybe we could flip the camera now back to him. It's gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera back, guys. Somebody. We're having fun here. Oh, there he is. Okay, it's coming along. And Andreas, do you think you'll be able to bring it up here when you're done?
Once I'm done, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so then we can speak and talk about it. And I've got a little table waiting for it to go. Oh, it's beautiful.
8 minutes or so.
Okay, so you want to tell us about how you, if you can talk and work.
Absolutely.
I know you could do two things at one time. And tell us how you started. How did you get into this?
So, about 10, 12 years ago, I started selling flowers out of the back of my minivan. So I will go into different places like hair salons, car dealerships, and doctor offices. And I used to sell the doses about like $10 to $12. And I got pretty good at it. So, so some of my customers will reach out to me and ask me if I could do an arrangement for their anniversary. And I never say no. I always say yes, and I will figure out a way to do it. And then I started doing weddings out of the back of my parents' house.
Oh, wow.
My first wedding was in South Beach at the Riley Hotel, and it was at like 200 people. Never done a wedding before. I told the bride that I'd done multiple weddings, and it was a total success. We
Wow.
killed it.
That's why you say OMG.
OMG, and then, and now I got the store about 4 years ago, and it's been great. I've been doing really good. Everything has been good so far, and here we are, 12 years later.
12 years later, and designing like a major artist as you are. Whoops. Oh, that's really coming along beautifully. So, you know, flowers really trigger feelings of happiness and joy, like I said before. And it is, when I get an arrangement, and most all the time, they're coming from Andreas to my house, from my children, whomever, and I just go crazy when I see what he does. So for my anniversary last month, I got this magnificent arrangement, and I was able to, it was so big that I broke it up in pieces, and I was putting flowers everywhere because they were just such gorgeous flowers, and in one little spot they weren't doing it justice, but even, you know, it didn't matter when I took them out because there's still so many left. He is very, very generous with his work, and I advise anybody that's looking for something to give him a call, because for years now I've just adored his work. And as I said, we tried to do this project together. It didn't go off the ground at the time, but we probably will end up doing it at some point because between the art and the flowers, you know, both of these things are meant to be together because it's full of love and happiness, and I love flowers. My husband used to say, "What do I need to buy you flowers for? They just die." But women know better. We know that it's not the fact that they're going to die one day. So are the husbands. No, I'm just teasing. But the flowers are very meaningful, and it's just close to my heart. So I really appreciate the fact that somebody sends me flowers. Thanks, Andreas. Oh wow, he's really coming along there.
Almost done.
Wow, that's beautiful. So Dawn is here today, sitting, listening to my show, and I appreciate that. There she goes. And I thought,
I'm just fascinated by how you can put that magnificent arrangement together. I'm lucky if I can get a dozen roses from Publix and make them look decent in a vase. And he's
No.
done this.
Get 'em from Publix.
Well, so let me ask you: will you just do one arrangement for people?
Of course, yeah. So like most of our clients, they order for birthdays, anniversaries, things of that nature, and then once they see what we do, then they will hire us for like big events, restaurants, weddings, you name it. But our daily thing is doing arrangements for people.
right.
So yes, absolutely.
And you'll deliver well, how far do you deliver?
So we deliver in all Palm Beach County.
Wow.
From Boca Raton all the way to Palm Beach Gardens. But we also go to Broward and Miami, depending on how big the arrangement is or the size of the event. So we don't mind driving.
This is absolutely spectacular. And he's done this in 30 minutes.
It
More
was,
like
yeah.
15.
I know. And the variety of flowers. You don't see anything like this. You know, you order regular florists, you get a dozen this, or you get hydrangeas and a few roses. I mean, nothing. I don't know what those yellow, looks like peacock feathers are, but
Those
Wow.
are orchids.
orchids.
Yeah.
And he goes down to Miami to pick his flowers, and so he's always got unusual things because I guess the market is just amazing.
Oh, we have everything. Honestly, we have peonies, tulips, cymbidium orchids, dendrobium orchids, hydrangeas in every color, blue, white, pink, green, roses in every color you could think of, succulents, you name it, I have it. Like, you just gotta,
And how long will an arrangement like this last?
this, I always tell you, it should last you at least, guarantee you a week, right? But if it's nice and cool, it should last you about 2 weeks.
And what about changing water? There's no way to change water in this.
This one is tough, so what you do is you could add cold water every other day.
Just add it.
Just add our ice cubes, because
Oh, ice cubes work,
the
yeah.
cold
I do that with
water-
my orchids.
the cold water will preserve the flowers better.
Interesting.
So-
Because you think, I'm just speechless how magnificent that is and that they last. And you're right, Amy, fresh flowers. Did he do your arrangement for your anniversary?
Yeah.
I saw those flowers and
Oh
I
yeah,
thought, wow,
I did put
On
them
her
online.
birthdays too,
they're
Yeah,
magnificent.
Yeah, my birthday too.
for the
know-
last like 5 years.
She's a smart lady. She orders what she loves.
My children are smarter. No, it's really wonderful. So, have you slowed down or picked up with the COVID?
So during COVID, we
Yeah.
actually we got bigger.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, it's been unfortunate for a lot of people, but in my case, my business grew. It got better, and here we are. I mean, we're busy.
Yeah, well,
Mother's Day
you know,
was the biggest.
Oh, I was,
Mother's Day last year during COVID was my biggest by far,
right.
and I'm thinking this year it's gonna get bigger.
Well, yeah, and your events are going to pop back.
Yes, I've already done a few weddings this year.
Okay, good.
I should be done in the next like 2 minutes over here or 1 minute.
Why do you think business got better?
Well, the area that I'm in, like Florida, there's a lot of people that are retired, and most of the people their families live in other states. So if you can't see them, what do? You send them flowers. So a lot of people reach out to us from California, Pennsylvania, New York, and they will send flowers to their mothers down here.
Wonderful.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, and then once a customer, they try us for the first time, they come with us, they usually like our work and they stay with us, you know? So it's a matter of getting the name out there, and I only been in the business for 4 years, you know? So I'm competing with people that have been in the business for 30, 40 years. So,
And you are blooming.
so we are doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah,
and
you
I
sure
think
are.
I am done.
Okay, so bring it on up
Let's
and
see if you can
we'll
see
get the
it.
camera on you up
Oh, you
here.
want me to bring it up there?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. It is heavy. Right in between us?
Yep. Okay. We're live here, having fun. Okay, look at that. So you want to explain this one without the coffee cup? Oh, your mic.
Okay.
Just plug it on top of your, yeah.
Right, that's good?
That's awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous.
So hopefully it resembles the picture, right? The painting.
Actually, yeah, actually both of them. Actually, really, both of them. That's absolutely gorgeous. So we have orchids and orchids.
So we have a couple different type of orchids. We got cymbidium orchids, dendrobium orchids. We got pink hydrangeas, blue hydrangeas. We have roses over here, and a couple of leaves. It gives it like texture and design, you know. So that's it. Pretty
Wow,
much.
beautiful.
And the colors, I try to
Oh, I
use
love
the same colors as the painting.
Yeah.
Yellow, green, blue, pink.
You did a
The
marvelous
softness
job.
of her face, you know, so.
Really, and my flower outfit, yes. So that's
yeah.
really beautiful. Thank you so much for
So,
doing
yeah.
that. So again, it's OMG
Flower
Boutique, and he's in Boynton Beach.
But we deliver from Miami. I always say we go from Miami to West Palm Beach and everything in between.
Everything in between.
Yes. Our phone number is 561-806-5818. And you could follow us on Facebook or Instagram, OMG Flower Boutique. That's it.
And you post a lot, which is great. So
We
you can
do.
see the different arrangements that you're
If you go on
popping
my
out.
Instagram, you
Yeah.
see pretty much
Every day I'm
every
see
day,
one.
yeah.
That's wonderful. Like
So-
really tells this whole story.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. You got your number.
I like
and
it when I get
everything.
stuff like this because it's
creative.
It's
That's-
creative, yeah.
That's
So
why we're talking about art.
it's different. It gets me inspired, and I come up with a new concept, new design, and then I put it on the website. You know.
Yeah. I hope you take some good pictures. Well, we're
This
taking
one
some
for
good
sure.
pictures of this. Plus,
I love it.
Plus, we'll have a nice picture of us up with his arrangement on RLR Media coming up. So, because when we get somebody on our show that we really think is wonderful,
Thank
we make
you.
sure everybody else understands that how wonderful your
I
work is.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
really.
thank you.
And it's been a lot of fun. So, is there anything? Yeah.
Call
like-
us for Mother's Day. It's coming
Oh,
up.
yeah,
It's-
Mother's
It's coming
Day.
up in the next 2 months.
Okay.
So
Do you do anything for St. Patrick's Day? Not really.
not really, but I do parties. So if people are having a party for St. Patrick's Day and they hire me to do something with green and white, then absolutely,
you guys call him.
Please
He's-
call us.
Yeah, awesome. That
But
would be a
Mother's
lot of
Day is
fun.
coming up. Give us a call or go directly on the website, which is www.omgflowerboutique.com.
And we also have Easter
Eastern, yeah.
and Passover. We have a lot of holidays that you need flowers.
Absolutely.
And make sure your dining room table is full of flowers for every holiday that you're doing, because
Everything. Birthdays,
Flowers,
anniversaries,
like I said.
you name it.
flowers are everything.
Yeah.
And boy, does this smell beautiful.
You do all the price points?
Yeah, everything. Our minimum order for delivery is $70, and we do charge $15 for delivery. And then we go all the way up to $500 on the website. But we do, like I just got hired to do a couple of numbers. We do numbers and letters, and each one
Oh,
is,
we have more pictures.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Can you send the other two pictures up? Perfect. Speaking of numbers.
That's something I did yesterday, actually, with some flowers for our
Oh,
clients.
that's beautiful. Very nice.
It's got purple kale, sunflowers, hydrangeas,
Oh,
roses,
you're
and
using
orchids.
Kale.
Yeah.
Oh, is that smart? I
Love
don't
working
really
with that.
like to eat it, so maybe I'll start using it in a flower arrangement. Okay, and there's another one coming. This one's really cool.
Is that okay?
Ah,
So that number, that was the first time I ever done that.
with a number.
A lady from New York reached out to me. She wanted to send flowers to her mother-in-law in Singer Island. And she asked me if I could do it, and I said yes, of course, even though I never done it before.
Of course.
And it came out great. It's 30 inches tall, so 2.5 feet. Took me about 8 hours to make.
Really?
Yeah, it was my first time, so I'm guessing about 5.5 next time.
So how do you do the number? Do you do it in wire?
So
or-
for the number, I actually had to go to Home Depot and I buy the wood. I use.
Oh, you use wood.
It was 1 by 2, and I have to cut it and make the number 70, and then I bought a drill and I put a couple of clamps and a couple of things, and it's super sturdy. It was so strong that was the best part about it. Just being able to transport that thing.
Yeah.
It felt amazing because it wasn't moving,
Yes.
it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like delivering a cake and it falls over.
Yes, and then once I finish the structure, what I do is I put the Oasis foam and I tape it all the way around.
Okay.
And then, as you could,
So
I
it
start
stays moist.
exactly, yeah. And then I started using all those premium flowers that you see there. 3 different colors on the roses.
That's a lot of flowers.
Spray roses, in medium orchids, yeah.
Wow.
And then I glue the grass at the bottom and in the back, and it came out amazing. I was really happy with it. And after that, I just hired for 4 different events with the numbers and letters.
Oh my goodness.
So-
And what if you did wire? You think that's too hard to do a number in wire? and
No,
put-
I could do anything,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, actually.
You
Yeah,
tell me
it
what
would
is it that
probably
you
be
want.
lighter than heavier. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way this
weight.
was so good because it was so sturdy, and you know that it's not gonna break, it's not gonna fall apart, and it's gonna stay like that. You know.
I'm so glad we got this up. So I want to say thank you to you so much for doing this, and I
Thank
can't wait
you.
to do another project together. 'cause
Absolutely,
I think it'd be
anything.
so much fun.
Anytime.
And also, if you could just put, actually, yeah, if you could put the last picture up that we have. Okay, so, and one more. So this is John Douglas, who's going to be at the Opal Hotel in Delray Beach on the 25th to the 28th. And prior to that, I am so lucky to have John Douglas coming to my show, and we're going to talk about his amazing art. As you can see, that's one of his paintings. And it's going to be very, very exciting, and I look forward to seeing you next Thursday instead of Wednesday. And we're going to rock, so I'll see you later, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate
OMG.
it. Flower Boutique.
Bye.